Have you ever gotten a spam email that made you wonder, what if this isn't a scam? Even though it was clearly a scam. Scam emails are so common and so lame that people don't even pay attention to them. They rarely ever open them. I'm asking you here, like, do you ever open them and actually read them? Probably not that often, as we were taught not to open them because they consist of malware. By the way, just opening the email itself won't do any harm. Downloading attachments or clicking on links within the email will, however. Anyway, very often they're not much. Sometimes there isn't even a message because they type the message itself as the subject. But every now and then you get long messages with heartbreaking stories and surprisingly not a lot of spelling or grammar mistakes. Of course, it's always about winning or somehow gaining lots of money, and I'm talking millions of dollars. But in all cases, they will need your personal information. Just like dear Kayla here that I talked to recently. She wrote a really long email about her situation and how she needs somebody that she can trust. And just to prove her validity, she also sent a few images. And it's not bad. Look at the uniform in this picture. It's her name on there. This is where you might start to think that it's real. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a man, I'm not gonna lie. I also thought about it for a second, but then I opened up Google and searched for Kayla email scam, and the results were flooded with her images and articles on how it's all a scam. So I had nothing else left to do than to reply her. Now, I obviously didn't want to use my own private email address for this purpose, so I just sent her an email from my other address that's reserved for scammers. The first email was in Hungarian, which is my mother tongue, but of course I said, unfortunately I don't speak Hungarian. Soon I got a reply which was the same as the first email, only in English this time, which I could fortunately understand. So her story is basically this. She's a surgeon fighting the ISIS and they're constantly being attacked. They found a box full of money during a fight and her share is $3,560,000 and some golden jewelry. Now, she wants me to assist her getting the money out of there and keep it safe until she meets me, and for this, I'll get 15% of the money, which is it's a fair deal. She also expresses how she wants this to be very confident and asks for my trust a million times. And she also forgot to attach her photos this time, which I called her out on. Now, as a reply, I told her I only spoke Megszerish and that I was from Mexland, which are both made-up names and consist of the word scam reading backwards. She once again sent me a rather long reply about how she wanted this to go down, but what I laughed out loud was this part. Concerning matters of the heart, I really need a man that can make me feel special, someone I can trust, a man that is ready to love me as I am ready to love him. That is what I want, not just business. I was like, excuse me, what? I mean, that's just f***ed up. And just when I was starting to think that she was a smart scammer and didn't fall for my Megszerish bullshit, she left a postscript. Note, I couldn't find Megszerish as a language on Google Translate. This dumbass actually looked it up. Jesus, they're f***ing stupid. So I obviously didn't give her all the data she asked for, but instead kept on feeding her with even more bullshit. The reason you couldn't find Megszerish in Google Translate is because it is a language going extinct in the next 3 months. My island's population is merely 100 and we don't have an airport, so the only way to get there is by swimming. Does that create a problem? I'm sorry if I misunderstand, but do you want to get married? In my island, we need to go through a traditional ceremony for that, which involves drinking ambrosia and offering our lives to Odin. If that's not a problem for you, I can't say why we couldn't do that. Here is a saying in our language. Agret fienmo saleaka medrug. It means love overcomes fear. Don't ask how I came up with all this. I think I went too far this time because she didn't really reply to the story about Odin and ambrosia. Her last email was very similar to all the rest, but this time all she wanted is my contact information so her diplomat could reach me. I did respond to that, of course, calling her out on trust, but she probably figured that I'm not gonna be the one. Literally. You know, because she wanted to get married. Whatever. So I obviously never had any intentions of giving her any sensitive information about myself, but I often wonder, what if I gave her, or what if I gave scammers information? Who would show up at my house and what would I receive? Most likely they would use my information for a line of other scams that I talk about on this channel, so check out this playlist right over here to learn about all sorts of scams. If only these were real, huh? I would be a multimillionaire, and probably you too. But that was a little scam baiting story for today. I'm constantly baiting for juicy conversations with scammers, but they're really rare. So if you have one, send it to us and we might feature it in a video. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Also, hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed watching this video. My name is Dom, I was your host. I'm going to see you in the next video and you watched Scam Detector.